I've always imagined what it would be like, sitting in the cockpit, surrounded by red. For Lewis Hamilton, that vision was supposed to be a dream. Instead, it's turning into a storm. Welcome back to F1 Untold Story, where we go beyond the headlines to uncover the emotion, the politics, and the pressure behind the world's fastest sport. Hamilton's first home race in red was meant to be iconic. Instead, it's soaked in tension. Ferrari's car is struggling, upgrades are delayed, and fans are starting to ask the one question no one at Maranello wants to hear. Did Hamilton make a mistake? Even before the race weekend at Imola, the warning signs were there. Hamilton wiped his Instagram clean, just like Charles Leclerc had done weeks earlier. The paddock took notice. Was it frustration, pressure, or something deeper inside Ferrari's walls? Imola is more than just another race. It's Ferrari's spiritual home. But this year, it feels less like a celebration and more like a pressure cooker. The SF25 hasn't delivered. Not for Leclerc, not for Hamilton, not for anyone. After another disappointing outing in Miami, where Hamilton pushed the car to its limits just to stay in the midfield, expectations were quietly reset. Even Toto Wolf, Hamilton's former boss at Mercedes, chimed in. Imola is one of Lewis's favorite tracks, he said. But as Wolf knows better than anyone, a favorite track means nothing when the car underneath you refuses to cooperate. Ferrari's weaknesses are well documented. Rear-end instability, poor traction in low-speed corners, and inconsistent tire performance have turned a promising start into a technical nightmare. Team boss Fred Vasseur admitted it bluntly. We're still in the early stages with these tire compounds, and we're all still a bit in the dark. He even added that McLaren is one step ahead. Hamilton echoed the frustration after Miami. The potential is there. We just can't exploit it. One sentence, and it speaks volumes. The biggest frustration? Timing. Ferrari's major upgrades aren't expected until Silverstone. What Hamilton and Leclerc get for Imola is minimal. Small aero tweaks, cooling updates, and minor suspension changes. Hardly enough to leapfrog McLaren or hold off Red Bull. And by the time those upgrades arrive, Ferrari could already be out of the championship fight. Right now, Hamilton sits 7th in the standings, 90 points behind Oscar Piastri. Ferrari, 4th in the Constructors' title, a staggering 152 points behind leaders McLaren. Those numbers feel less like a setback and more like defeat. Behind the scenes, things aren't smooth either. Ahead of Miami, Hamilton reportedly called a surprise meeting with Fred Vasseur to discuss strategy and performance. The details, private. But when paired with the Instagram wipes from both drivers, the timing was suspicious. The internet did what it does best, speculated wildly. Memes exploded, rumors of a Mercedes reunion, theories of internal chaos. And while Hamilton and Leclerc have stayed quiet, the perception that something is broken at Ferrari is growing louder. To his credit, Vasseur isn't panicking, at least not publicly. It's not the start we wanted, he said, but we're working hard. The foundation is strong. But does that foundation include the trust of two world-class drivers? Hamilton hasn't given up. This move to Ferrari was always about more than short-term results. It was about legacy, about building something new. With major regulation changes coming in 2026, this year was supposed to be the groundwork. But groundwork doesn't protect you from backlash, especially in Italy. This is why Imola matters, not as a title fight, but as a tone setter. If Hamilton can outperform Leclerc, manage the tires better than Mercedes, or simply bring the car home clean, it gives Ferrari fans something to believe in. But if it's another race of missed opportunities, botched pit stops, or mechanical failures, the pressure on Vasseur will skyrocket. Hamilton's silence will speak volumes, and the entire project might begin to feel off. Let's not forget, Hamilton walked away from Mercedes, a team that even in decline offers structure, clarity, and identity. At Ferrari, he's being asked to perform and help define the future. That's a massive ask when the car isn't keeping up. He's even had to adapt off the track. In a recent interview, he mentioned resisting Italian culinary temptations, something trivial perhaps, but for an athlete like Lewis, routine is everything. Add that to the cultural shift, the team dynamics, and the fan pressure. It's a lot. Even for a 7-time champion. Internally, the Hamilton-Leclerc relationship remains cordial, but competitive. There's no public drama, but both drivers know the reality. Every qualifying session, every radio call, every race result matters. Imola isn't just a test for Ferrari's car. It's a proving ground for that driver dynamic too. And with Pirelli introducing a new C6 compound for this weekend, strategy could be flipped on its head. If Ferrari nails it, they close the gap, at least temporarily. If they miss, it's another reminder that even with all their history and resources, Ferrari is still learning. So here's the question. Is Imola the race that puts Ferrari back on track, or the moment Hamilton realizes just how steep this climb really is? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, check out the next video on your screen, because in Formula One, momentum shifts fast, and the next headline might already be writing itself.